Hey, what's up, guys? It's Moomba here, aka Marcus, and I thought that I should show some of the stuff, the cool things that we have the opportunity to do in Photoshop. And using Photoshop and Illustrator is very hard work. It does take a lot of time, and I'm actually lucky that in a school we get the chance to do it for only $50 a year. As I go and eat, here are the things that I've done.
All right, Lego. So here we go into what I've done in Photoshop. Starting with this one. I took Photoshop because it sounded really cool, and then I didn't like it at first. But then we got into stuff like this. This was something I've done before, but not as good. And I used a lot of filters. We took it off a real animal photo. I picked a very simple animal, and it turned out better than most. So there's that project. Feel like I did fairly well on that one, if I do say so myself. But on to the next one, Cam Newton. Granted, I did make this one before he lost the Super Bowl, so I was thinking about deleting it because I'm that kind of person. But I decided to keep it because it did take quite a lot of time. Not really, because I'm a professional, and I feel like it would be good except for like the different type of color changes because it's not a consistent type of blue. But it's worth to keep at least. Cam Newton is definitely a good football player and a very good quarterback, but his performance at the Super Bowl wasn't so well. I'm just glad that that didn't keep me from keeping this because if it did, I'd be kind of ashamed of myself for throwing away something like this. I can keep it and I don't know what purpose I'll use it for, but it looks cool in my opinion, so that's really all that matters. We're going to move on to the next one, which is my team. The fact that I spent less time on this than the Cam Newton one shows something. Plus, I don't think that this one is as good because the placement of the 49ers is in an awful font, in my opinion, and in a weird place. Other than that, I guess the poster looks okay. I do like how I used the different type of pictures and the squares, that kind of pattern going on there. It's really balanced on that side, except for like where the 49ers is, and I don't really think that it looks all that bad, but you know, so what? Anyway, the one in the black and red uniform is Hyde. He's our running back. That's Bowman at the bottom. The middle, I believe that's either Ellington or who else? Can't remember his name at the moment. Anyway, and the one at the top is Anquan Bolden, and he's a beast. So we're gonna move away from the sports and go to the project that probably took me the longest out of anything I've ever done in Photoshop, which is a lie. But this took forever. It's called a mandala, and it's something you do where you make a pattern starting from the middle inside and growing in balance and equalization from the inside to the outside rim. And this took forever. So many layers, so many gradients, so many different colors. I hope I did fairly well in my teacher's eyes on this project. I hope mine stood out because I definitely took the longest, and I would say mine's definitely the best because of how much time it went into it. We are going to take a closer look at it. See, look at all the detail in that. That takes a long time. Everyone else's, I'm not going to say was bad. They were very creative, if not just as good, but I believe that mine was special, and I guess that's all that matters. Mumbo the best. And speaking of Mumbo, last but not least is my logo. I made my logo in Photoshop. I made it from scratch. I took a cartoon style moon, put an animated gradient on it, or not gradient, put an animated filter gallery on it, messing with the filters, the opacity, the replace color menu, messing with all that good stuff. And this is completely original, except for the M. I'm just kidding. I have no idea where I got the M from, but anyway, I think it looks good. It's mine. That's all that matters. I didn't expect to use the color yellow, but that's just what ended up happening. So I guess my YouTube channel's main color is this yellow color that I like to use, and I think I need to change the channel art to fit the color of the the logo. So yeah, that's about it. Cool. So those are the kind of things I do in Photoshop. Leave a like if you think that they look good, and as always, thanks for watching. That's
one thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crazy.